Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and today I will be doing my first reaction video ever. I will be reacting to Young Royal Season 1 Episode 1. I was inspired by other creators doing reaction videos to this series, so I would like to make my own. Just a disclaimer, I have watched the videos before, so it won't be like a raw react, but I think there's still a lot of things you can get out of it, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I've watched this several times, but I still don't really know what's going on. So does he do the initial attack or does somebody else attack him first? Can somebody please explain to me? I mean, that's a really cool introduction when his eyes like on yours. I quite like it and it's quite impactful. It expresses his feelings. He's not happy. A lot of foreshadowing going on in this scene where he's driving his fantasy sports car and he's driving a bit fast and everything, and you don't really realize that that's foreshadowing, because when you first watch it, it seems like, you know, a big brother driving his younger brother to school, and while it does show, you know, a nice connection between the two, it's also foreshadowing for what's coming later. So kind of like it, but it's a bit like when you rewatch it. Look at him name dropping. He's really name dropping, isn't he? Bloody August.
Hey, Erik. Wilhelm. Alexander.
They seem to be really good friends though, and not just faking it. Can we have a picture please? Thank you. When you first meet August, he doesn't actually seem that bad. Probably because his older brother seems to be really good friends with him. I think that kind of gives a bad impression, but like, knowing what I know, I'm just like, no, God, oh no, you're really smarmy. And he is name dropping as well. So, I don't know how it's coming off, really. Skolans kör. Everybody's looking. Ooh. And then pictures again, like, what a fuck. Like, seriously. Looking at the prince. Hi!
Du känner henne? Nej, eller vi gick på dagis ihop. Visst är det pappa Ehrencronas dotter? Precis. Felice Ehrenkrona. Jag ska gifta mig med. Vadå, har du slutat lägga runt eller? Det gäller ju att lägga en stadig grund innan man får för mycket självförtroende. Felice är modern och den.
See, this is something I was confused about, like the first time I watched it, because in the beginning I thought they were actually together, but rewatching it I realized that he wants to marry her, not because he likes her, but because she has money. And I also really don't like the way they're talking to each other, and I think we're seeing like a bad side of the crown prince here, and it kind of seems like Wilhelm doesn't really jibe with them, but I think the talk is disgusting, to be honest, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not too uncommon. Nice, real classy. You look in, look in. They like it. Isn't it just precious? He's been like so down, hasn't smiled, except, you know, those fake smiles. Don't look happy. But like, he really smiles when he sees Simon. And it just brought a smile to my face the first time I saw it, and it still does. I mean, they're just so cute, aren't they? Like, come on. Who doesn't like them?
Wow, jag är så avis. Jag fick ju dela rum fram till 3:an.
I mean, look at him. He looks like so lost. Oh, my heart breaks for him. He really doesn't want to be there.
3 år, herr Erik. Gör som ettorna gör och som 3:orna säger, så lär du dig snabbt. Ja, som August säger alltså. Men han är så jävla störig. August är familj. Du kan lita på August, han är som en bror. Vem fan?
No, you can't trust August like a brother. We all know that. And I mean, I completely agree with Wilhelm. The first time you see him, he's like, okay, and just within like these first few minutes, you kind of know what kind of guy he is. And I really don't like him. He's so smarmy. He looks down on other people. Sorry. I'll watch a bit more.
Pallar leva så här i 3 fucking år alltså. Lyssna, det är inte bara bra för dig. Allt du gör speglar oss som familj. Du måste
No pressure. No pressure.
Du måste kunna hålla upp en fasad också.
I think his brother's good at that. See, now he's all happy. I mean, his brother is hot. Sorry.
Ja, men jag måste gå nu.
Oh, nej.
Lämna
mig inte.
Jag måste gå där. Hälsa mamma och pappa.
Oh, and he just stands there in the hallway, so sad, and like forlorn. We know it's the last time he'll see his brother, and he doesn't even turn around and acknowledge him. Sorry, this show gets me really emotional. I must apologize. New camera angle because my cat messed up my setup. So, here we go.
Vill du att jag ska kratsa hovarna? Ja. Eller jag fastnat så mycket skit under 5 minuter i videon. Jag sa ju nej.
So the first time I actually didn't really understand what was going on, but now it's so obvious that she does not get sarcasm. It's kind of interesting to see how she interprets it literally, whereas for me, I'm neurotypical. It's obvious that she's being sarcastic. Just some interesting like little drops without actually saying it straight out, because she doesn't have the typical stereotype that we see often with autistic people. Well, she has Asperger's, but I think the diagnostic criteria has changed, so it's now a spectrum disorder. She's hurting.
Hon kan inte snacka med dig sådär.
Det handlade inte om mig.
Det spelar ingen roll.
Jag bryr mig inte. Jag får rida och hjälpa till hur mycket jag vill. Det är perfekt.
Jag vill bara inte att du ska bli dåligt behandlad igen.
It's kind of interesting she says here that she doesn't care if anyone likes her. In a way, I think it's like a front she's putting up, because when we like consider her development, it's pretty clear that she does care. She wants friends. But I suppose at this point it also is good for her that she doesn't really have that blatant negativity. She's not being bullied as it's clear that she was before.
Jag tycker att det är bättre än Marieberg. Här är i alla fall ingen som jävlas med mig.
Yeah.
Jag vägrar gå om ett år igen bara.
Run as fast as you can. See, Simon knows how to use the buzz, you know. I know somebody else who doesn't, but, you know.
Det är bara nu när prins Wilhelm börjar skolan.
Prins Wilhelm.
Är han lika kaff i verkligheten?
It's kind of interesting how he doesn't actually say straight out that he thinks Wilhelm is really naff. I just noticed that. I thought, when I remembered it, I thought that it was Simon who said that Wilhelm was uncool, but apparently it was his friend Ayub, I think his name is, who said it. Ooh. Does it do it for you? Doesn't do it for me, but whatever. God.
Do you think royal dick is different than regular?
Jo, massa tid.
The one watching porn.
Samma personer i 3 år.
You know what her hand just was, right?
Och för andra så tillhör August.
And her hair is clean.
På samma sätt som Wilhelm. Även August barn blir liksom inte prinsar och prinsessor.
This is actually quite interesting looking back, because the first time I watched it, I thought that August really liked Felice, and I thought that Felice wanted Wilhelm just because he was a prince. And looking back, it's clear from the way August talks that he doesn't respect women. Felice channeling and acting the way her mother wants her to act. This makes me wonder if it's Sara who sort of makes Felice more able to stand up to her mother and be herself. I mean, look at the contrast. She looks so happy and content in her Instagram picture, but when you actually look at her writing a post, she looks really sad, really dejected, really depressed. I heard somebody else mention it, but I kind of agree. It's a good representation of how, when you look at Instagram and everybody's pictures, it looks like as though they have this fantastic life, but in reality it isn't always. It's what you want people to think. Wilhelm. When I first watched this, I didn't actually react at all to putting ketchup on the spaghetti, because I did that when I grew up, right? But then somebody mentioned it and it was like, oh yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? So one thing I'm still really unsure about, her being really picky about the way they eat and sit, is that because of her autism? Or is it because of the new school environment? It's kind of really interesting that they're not really showing it as either or. And it's also a bit of a foreshadowing, I think, to the... Is it the penultimate or the final episode? Where the interaction is quite similar, but different.
Jag skulle behöva ett par nya ridbyxor.
Bra, ¿y las que compramos? Las que tú tienes ahora.
De håller på att gå sönder. Ja, men det är det som händer när man köper billiga. De håller inte så länge.
Yeah, I actually agree. If you buy cheap clothes, they are more often than not going to wear out sooner than more expensive ones. I'm not really thinking here about like brand names, but more like quality fabric, wear thicker fabric, because I don't really know how to ride, but I'd imagine because of the friction when you sit in the saddle, you kind of need very strong fabric for it to not break easily. And I don't really think she's being snobbish here, to be quite honest. But maybe again it's foreshadowing. I don't know.
Sluta vara så på mig. Jag vill bara gå i skolan i lugn och ro. Jag behöver inga vänner. För jag inte fattar.
Vi blir bjudna på en fest.
Ooh.
Då går det bättre än vad hon ser.
Ja.
I mean, he's so sweet. I mean, he wants his mother not to worry about his sister. But on the other hand, I know what this leads to, which is pretty shitty. Ooh. Going through the Instagram, or maybe he's looking at pictures of himself. Oh, please mum, let me come home. Du kommer må bättre snart. Nej. Maybe she could have said something. I know you feel bad, but I'm sorry, it's for your own good. I don't know. Oh, there's Alexander knocking on the doors. When I first watched this series, I was really confused about who he was. Is he like a servant or something? But I think it's just like a prefect, maybe.
Om du lyckas fixa en kontakt som jag fixar sprit.
Yeah, my cat agrees.
Jag gör ett stort undantag och bjuda med dig.
She agrees.
Du är väldigt få eftersmän för att komma på sånt. En sån som du, där.
Fuck you.
Det är som på min pappas gård till exempel. Där har de jättesvårt att få ihop det på grund av de höga skatterna.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually kind of interesting, and I like how the teacher is being. She is being very neutral, which I like. That's how I strive to be in the classroom.
Simon, är det något du vill dela med resten av klassen?
Ah, yeah. I don't do that.
Varför säger man skatteflykt och bidragsfusk? Det är okej när rika fuskar, men när fattiga gör det så är det fett skevt. Det heter ju inte ens bidrag för de rika, det heter ju
He's really confused.
Men som din farsa. Ja, jag vet ju vilka de största bidragstagarna i vårt land är.
I mean, that look. It's like, bitch. I mean, yeah. And I think Wilhelm is feeling really uncomfortable, it seems. Like he doesn't really know what's going on. Maybe he wants to say something. Maybe he can't really relate. I don't know. But I mean, as we'll learn later, he can't really give his opinion on political matters. And I know that's the case in Norway as well, and England. I don't know about other European countries, but as you know, it's constitutional monarchies. I suppose that there is that strict divide in all countries, but I'm not sure. He spotted his prey. And he's approaching. And there's August.
Visste inte att du var skogsbackare.
Nervous.
Väl hälsat med Wilhelm.
Simon.
This is actually a real contrast to how he was with August, because August has known Simon for like over a month and had no idea of his name and didn't even introduce himself when he went up to him, whereas Wilhelm, he introduces himself straight away. So it's kind of a nice foil contrast here. And also they're just really cute. You can also already like feel the chemistry, even in the previous scenes as well.
Okay.
Look at his gaze. He really doesn't like it, does he? And I mean, I watched this many times. Oh, stumble. A little smile. But like, I've watched this many times. Well, not many times. I watched this a couple of times. And it still amazes me how annoyed I'm at August. It's like, even the first time, it's like, dude, why are you doing this? It's like, he thinks he's slumming, probably. But like, come on, they're cute. He doesn't need saving. He needs saving for somebody else, doesn't he? Sorry. I quite agree with most people that August is not my favorite character. I mean, I love him as a character, but...
Hur är det med ryggen?
Oh, I didn't actually see the bottle. Is it a vodka bottle? I don't really drink, so I don't know. But I didn't actually realise that the first time. We got kind of a bad impression of him because, you know, selling alcohol to minors is illegal. And it's clear that he's been doing it, so you kind of had that picture already. But here we can see that he's been drinking and he's smoking. I mean, smoking isn't as bad as drinking, but you know what I mean. I don't mean it's bad to drinking, but it's sort of hints at his father having a problem. And he's tidying up.
Sara och mamma.
Close up.
Jag vet att du köper ut.
I mean, his father looks so disappointed.
Och jag skulle behöva för en fest.
He's so disappointed that his son
Inte
knows.
till mig.
I think might also be worried that his son is going to become an alcoholic like him. It seems that's the vibe I get when I watch it. I did the first time as well, and it's still super strained. It's really uncomfortable to watch. I don't really want to watch it, but I'm doing it for you.
Jag är gay, pappa.
You're a gay, Papa. Yeah, he just says so straight out. And his father doesn't have a problem with it. And it's also quite interesting that it comes up here as well, because it sort of lets us know that he likes guys and that the chemistry, that there's something there as well, and that it's a possibility. Of course, we don't know about Ville yet, but
Det är klart farsan fixar festen.
yeah, don't be a cool dad.
Men säg inte till
I
någon.
think maybe he's a bit like sad that his son doesn't really want to see him much, and he wants to, you know, have some contact with his son, but do not buy alcohol to minors. Do they still have Systembolaget in Sweden? So the thing is, right, I know he's supposed to be 16 and that he's a few years older and that he looks younger than he is, but a lot of the time I think he actually looks older than 16, but he could plausibly be like 18, probably, but in some certain shots with certain lighting, he does look in his 20s actually. Oh no, the hazing. I mean, I don't get hazing. Like, they did that at my high school when I was younger to get into a fraternity and sorority. And even then I was like, why would you want to be with people who treat you like that? Like, why? It's just horrid. It was actually quite brutal. I mean, I never went and watched, but I heard rumours that they made them eat vomit. Sick. And oh my god, no. It was really denigrating the way they were treated. And I'm like, why would you do that to get friends? Like, why? I just don't get it. I'd be scared too. I mean, this sort of thing makes me angry. But then again, I have a fear of being, like, covered in water. So denigrating. Oh no! Not the spit again. Oh god. I mean, I've seen it. And sorry, I just can't watch that. Yeah, me too.
På att aldrig svika Skogsbackens stolta tradition.
And what are those traditions? Being an ass? Sorry. The palace? I mean, just one thing. How do the staff not know that it's there? I mean, they might know, and they just like, out of sight, out of mind. I don't know. Because, I mean, obviously, if there are teenagers living at the boarding school, there will be adults living there at the same time. So, obviously, they'd hear the music, and they'd see these young kids going around drunk. So, either this must be close, or very far away. No, it can't be close, it must be far away, I think. I think he's wondering whether August is being serious or not. I don't think he quite believes him. Ooh, entrance. He doesn't like that she's drinking, I think. Oh. It's a bit awkward. Oh, it's so cute. He's talking about the Vasa ship, right? Which, if you don't know, was a Swedish ship from a few hundred years ago that was built so high and thin that it wasn't sailable. So once it went out in the harbour, it was shipwrecked straight away. So, but my question is this: is that a common thing to say in Sweden? She looks so out of it. I think she's happy. Oh, Felice. Oh, I can feel it burn my throat watching it. Yeah, why would I? I wouldn't have told either. Probably why people didn't share much gossip with me, because I just didn't care. Yeah. See, her little hair decorations. I think they're an interesting symbol, actually. Oh, they're going together. Drinking water, important when you've been drinking. Oh, nervous. I mean, that's so cute. You gotta go? I love how Wilhelm runs after him. He's like, yeah, I want him. It's the end. This is so cute.
Också du, typ så liksom, eller liksom högst. Och hör det liksom. Typ att du...
Why don't more people react to that? I mean, I think it's like kind of hilarious in a way. It just made me giggle too, because I mean, he's so shit-faced. and just waffling on.
Trivs du här?
Wilhelm asks Simon.
Trivs du här? Ja.
It's obviously a lie. I don't think either of them actually like being there. And maybe that's sort of a bonding thing as well. Ooh, strula med någon. And then it's just lock eyes. And it's suddenly very awkward. You can feel the chemistry. They're a bit close together. I mean, how mean isn't that? And look. I didn't realise, we're close. See, he closed his eyes. I actually heard that they were supposed to kiss at the end of the first episode, but they didn't feel like they knew each other enough. Watching the episode again, I kind of agree that it's maybe a bit too early for a kiss, but I mean, even here you can like feel the chemistry. Edwin, I think his name is Omar. Yeah, they obviously have a really good chemistry. I was really angry the first time, like, seriously? I mean, the chemistry was like there, and like, why didn't they kiss? Like, I mean, it looked so ready, and you can see just before they cut as well, he closed his eyes. But yeah, even though I understand why not, I still wanted to kiss. They just wanted to kiss. Everybody wanted to kiss, and every reaction's been like, wow! And I was that as well the first time, and I'm still a bit like that now, even though I know it's coming. It's like, come on. So this has been my reaction to Young Royals Season 1, Episode 1. There's been a bit of lighting changes, I've had a bit of cat problems, and I've never done this before, so I'm just trying different things, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, I'll try to do a reaction of Episode 2, and thank you and goodbye. Okay, new camera angle because my nice little cat messed up my other setup. I think I'll kick her out.